What is up, guys? So it's Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, here to educate you on health, fitness, and social well-being. And today, guys, I'm going to be taking you through a full week's worth of training. So this entire past week, which was week 2 on this most recent block. Now, what you guys are seeing, which is going to be the main movements from each day. You guys have already seen what the accessory work looks like on my 3 non-SBD days. So I'll have those links in the description down below for those of you who haven't seen that. But I'm just be going over like the main bench, squat, and deadlift work that I'm doing for this past week, including my benching every session. So you guys just saw that was my last build-up set from my SBD intensity day this past Saturday. That was like about 403 pounds. And for those of you who don't know, my build-up sets just means that whatever my top set is set at as far as rep range wise, I do that for all my build-up sets leading up to that. So in this case, I had a top set of 2 at RP7. So all my build-ups were sets of 2. Now this, guys, was huge for me. This is 435 pounds you guys are seeing right here that I hit it for a nice smooth double at RP7, no more than about a 7.5. And this is huge. Not only is it the most I've ever hit just in training periods, I've only ever hit this weight at a meet, but I've never rep that much weight on squat. So was definitely really happy about that. And then after that, had back down sets, 413 pounds for a 2x2, which is also the most I've ever done for back down sets. So my squat, guys, as you guys can see, has still just been on the rise this entire off season. And I'm just really happy to actually be able to push it to where I actually feel like it's supposed to be, since we've, gotten everything down as far as like form, lower back extension, keep the upper back tight, getting the bar right where I need on my back. Just everything's feeling really good. And then right here is my percentage-based back down sets that I had. I believe this is 340 pounds pretty much. And I had to do this for 2 sets of 3. So squats just feel really good at this point, guys. Like, they don't feel uncomfortable, they don't feel unnatural. Even, though I'm in long beamer gang, it doesn't feel like just a pain to do. I actually really enjoy squatting now because I can like just load up the weight that I know I should be able to do and actually murk it. Now after that, you guys already know, for the SBD intensity sessions, it actually might as well be called SDB because I squat, deadlift, then bench. So here's just a few of my build-up singles to my top set. And on this day, I had a single at RP6. And guys, I am loving the way my conventions are feeling. I know that in a past video, I told you guys that I may be going to sumo, and that may still be a possibility in the future, but right now, things are going great with conventional. You guys can see that I'm not using my my forever Inzer lever belt. I'm actually using an A7 Pioneer prong belt. This is a 13mm belt like my Inzer belt, but this is actually Michael's. I actually ordered one as well, but I ordered a 10mm. And the good thing about this, guys, is you guys can see it allows me to stay in that optimal position. It allows me to actually keep my back relatively neutral. As I've explained to you guys before, without a belt, I can actually get into a pretty neutral position as far as my lower back, despite my leverages and my hip insertions. But with my Inzer belt, because it's so thick and tight, it kind of just rounds me over. But with this type of belt, not only can I get in position, but I can maintain position even for multiple reps, as you guys are seeing right here on my back downs. And that top set of 507 RP6 is probably the fastest I've ever moved 507, and it's just feeling really good right now. So my belt should actually be in hopefully today. If you guys are watching, like, I want to say tomorrow, but if you guys are watching this on Friday, which you probably are, then that today hopefully comes in today so I can have it by Saturday. But yeah, so squats and deads are feeling great. Bench, guys, has been great as well. Benching every session has been really easy to acclimate to. As I kind of explained in the last video, going from benching 3 sessions to 4 sessions was kind of an adjustment, but going from 4 to 5 was actually like a pretty smooth and easy transition. And the best part is bench just feels very intuitive right now. It's really easy for me to set up. It's really easy for me to maintain my scapular positioning, retracting on the way down, just getting as tight as possible. I don't even have to think about it anymore. I just do it instinctively at this point because I'm benching every session. And even though I haven't hit any like just crazy huge weight PRs yet, I understand that just moving more total workload on the bench is going to be huge for me because it's my most advanced lift relative to, like, my body weight and genetic potential. So it's going to take a lot of work to progress it, but I definitely know we're heading in the right direction. So this is Sunday, guys. So this is the day right after my SBD intensity day. And all I have is I explained to you guys in that bench every session video where I broke down what I do. On this day, I just built up to a top set of 9 and whatever the prescribed RPE was. So I believe on this day, it was a top set of 9 at RP7. So I literally just did 135, then went right to 225 pounds because that's a very small jump for me for my top set of 9 at RP7, and it felt really good. And then after this, I just had my accessory work. Once again, that'll be in the description box down below for those of you who want to see it. But if you watched my video from a couple videos ago, then you've already seen what the accessory work on this day looks like. So then I rest on Mondays, come back in on Tuesdays for day 3, which is my SBD volume day. And this, once again, guys, another awesome day, not in terms of like just hitting necessarily PRs, but hitting ability PRs in terms of what I'm hitting on the secondary day. To come in and hit 415 pounds for a top set of 3 at an RP7 on the secondary day after already hitting that huge double on squats with 435 is just amazing. It's something that, you know, I wasn't necessarily like expecting, and that Brendan wasn't expecting either, but I've just been feeling really, really good. And I feel like, actually, I don't feel like, I know a huge part of that is because I'm being so meticulous on top of everything at this point, guys. I'm still on top of my recovery, on top of, you know, my sleeping, my eating, my micronutrition, and above all, being true to my RPs on the program. It's really, really paying off for me. That's never something I've had a problem with, just because I don't worry about what other people are doing. Not in the sense that I'm not competitive, but I realize that in order to be as competitive what I can possibly be, I have to stay in my own lane and pretty much play my own game, right? So I just stay focused on me, make sure I go in and take what's there, not trying to be, you know, overly conservative to where I undershoot my RPs, but I'm really trying to just make sure that I'm not overshooting either. And I feel like that's why I've been able to do so well in this off season, from session to session, week to week. Like, I have not had a single bad week this entire off season since my last meet in December. And I know it's just because I've been able to be on top of everything the way that I usually try to be, but I've also had no crazy like random life events happen as well. And as you guys can see here, sumos are also feeling good, definitely getting better at staying in the quads, properly tensioning the lift. Everything's just feeling great, man. And then for bench, had to work up to a, was it same thing as a squat, actually. Yeah, same thing as a squat and the sumo, just a top set of 3 at RP7. So worked up to 275 pounds, and it moved really well and really smooth, especially for it being my first time, or maybe it's my second time benching at this gym. This place called Fox Fitness. Don't usually train here, but it's definitely a place I might start going to more in the future, especially on colder days, because it's a pretty nifty gym and I can pretty much do everything that I need to as far as my comp specific lifts. But yeah, like even here, as you guys can see, like even though like you guys have seen me bench 275 before, the fact that I'm hitting this like on a secondary day with such a low RPE with such relative ease, that's the thing that's honestly just great about this constant bench frequency. It's just how easy it feels. Like no matter how much weight is on the bar, I can stay, you know, in position, keep everything maintained, no matter how fast or slow the weight's moving. I've yet to have a bench session that just feels off. Like I can't remember the last time I actually like misgrooved a rep. Like if a rep moves slower, it's there just because it's heavier weight, that's it. But my form is very on point right now, because like I said, it's kind of like the idea of like, you know, you're trying to learn to ride a bike, so just do it every single day until it becomes like second nature. And this, guys, is Wednesday workout, so day 4. So on this day, as I told you guys, this started off at the block as a top set of 8, but then each week the RPE would stay the same, but the rep range would go down. So last week was a top set of 7 at RP6, and then what you guys are seeing here, I worked up to a top set of 6 at RP6, ended up working up to 243 pounds, and then had my accessory work afterwards. So like I said, if you guys watched that last video I uploaded about like, you know, the breakdown of how I'm benching every session, this day pretty much just gets more intensified each week, but the RP stays the same. So not high exertion, just getting a little bit more additional volume in while still gradually able to increase load on this day. And then this is from today, or if you're watching this on Friday, this is from yesterday technically, I guess. My days are really off. I did this today. If you guys are watching this now, then this is yesterday. And it's my you know, my tertiary day for squats. So, you know, you guys already know how that goes. Just nice active recovery squats, focusing on technique, getting a little bit of additional volume in, and just prepping myself to feel good for the primary day. Had 2 sets of 6 with 303 pounds. Now this day is usually 3 sets of 7, but we tapered it a little bit just because we're transitioning from doubles on the primary SBD intensity day to singles. So just getting my body nice and primed for that. Then after this, you guys are seeing my build-ups, because once again, even though this day is also like kind of like a tertiary recovery day for the bench press, before I do my active recovery bench press, as in like 3 sets of 7, I actually work up to a top heavy single once again, just so I can have a little bit more intensity all year round, get used to working with heavier weights all year round, specifically having 300 plus pounds in my hand all year round, because as I've explained in that last video, that's where the transition gets hard for me. So you guys are going to see that I end up working up to 325 pounds, which is excellent for me, just because if you guys aren't aware, that's weight that I only ever really touch when I'm like, 4 or 3 weeks out from a meet. So the fact that I'm hitting it on the 5th training day of the week, literally the most fatigued training day of the week for my 5th bench session, is huge for me right now. So yeah, pretty much just wanted to put this together to show you guys what's up. And because a lot of you have been asking me like, hey, so what does this block actually look like? Even though I tried to explain that it's pretty much similar to the last block other than the benching every day, but now you guys know for sure what everything looks like. And honestly, I'm just feeling really good. I'm really excited to see what I hit these last couple of weeks on this block, and then next block is probably going to be the heaviest block I have, and then after that it's pretty much kind of getting back to volume and then just getting ready for this next meet coming up in June, which I'm pumped for, guys. Like I really do feel like I'm gonna squat 500. I want to pull between 580 maybe 600, and then bench, we'll see about bench. But anyway, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you did. If you're not, leave a comment down below. Let me know what I can do to get better. Like the video, share, subscribe. Keep it simple, specific, scientific. I'll catch y'all later.